Welcome to Stats Madness. Joining me today is Frank Hardy to break down the thrilling Manchester United vs Liverpool match. United clinched a 3-2 victory, cementing their third place at 64 points, while Liverpool trails in fourth with 58. Let's dive into the analysis. With United's 3-2 victory fresh in mind, let's dig into the underlying stats. How did the numbers shape the narrative?
United's win was defined by 3 goals, despite trailing in possession at 38% to Liverpool's 62%. They created 3 big chances to Liverpool's 1, showing creative dominance. With 18 total shots versus 13 and 6 on target compared to 5, United's attacking volume and accuracy were crucial in securing the win.
So despite the possession stats we just discussed, where did United truly dominate this match?
United's performance shone in attack with a 69.8 rating, trumping Liverpool's 58.0, a 9% edge. Defensively, they also excelled, scoring 59.2 against Liverpool's 45.6, a solid 13% advantage. However, in possession, Liverpool led significantly with 61.2 to United's 43.7, a 17% margin.
So, with United's defensive edge clear, let's dive into the attack. How did they exploit Liverpool's defense?
In attack, United excelled by leading in several key areas. They had 11 goal attempts compared to Liverpool's 9, showcasing their attacking intent. Moreover, their shots inside the box doubled Liverpool's, with United at 14 and Liverpool just 7.
Interesting, because doubling inside the box shots is substantial. How did their precision measure up, especially with woodwork hits?
United's precision was evident as they hit the woodwork once, whereas Liverpool didn't. This highlights their attacking edge. Additionally, they dominated tackles with 19 to Liverpool's 8, balancing attack and defence effectively.
So, with United's precision clear, how did momentum shift throughout the match?
United dominated early with 5 shots in the first 15 minutes, including goals by Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Sesko. In the 30-45 window, Liverpool's possession surged to 61.1%. Post-half-time, Szoboszlai and Gakpo scored for Liverpool, leveraging their possession dominance. However, United regained control in accurate crosses, peaking in the 60-75 interval with 4 to Liverpool's 1. In the final stretch, Liverpool led in successful passes, completing 134 to United's 31.
The United's late crossing surge was pivotal. How does their performance today stack up against their season average?
Manchester United excelled with 14 interceptions today, far surpassing their 8.15 season average. They also achieved 14 shots inside the box, eclipsing their usual 10.15. Total shots were 18, above their 15.5 average. Notably, they completed 7 accurate crosses, significantly higher than their 4.59 average. These figures underscore a notable improvement in their attacking efficiency.
With United's crossing game on the rise, how does their overall league standing reflect their identity this season?
Manchester United confirms their elite status in shots total, averaging 15.5 per game, which is top 5% league-wide. Despite a recent decline, their performance still outpaces the league average of 12.41. They also excel in goal attempts, averaging 10.41 against a league norm of 7.95.
Wait, really? So their goal attempts are still that high? What about their crossing efficiency?
Absolutely, Jamie. United's successful crosses percentage is impressive, sitting in the top 16% with 27.36% success, well above the league's 23.72%. However, they faced an identity crisis in successful long passes, with only 20 today, below their average of 22.53.
With United's league standing analysed, how do they stack up against their top 6 peers this season?
Manchester United excels in shots total, averaging 15.5, outpacing Liverpool, Manchester City and Arsenal. Yet, they trail in ball possession at 52.47%, behind City's 60.21% and Liverpool's 59.53%. They lead in long passes with a 49.68 average, surpassing Arsenal and Bournemouth. However, with big chances created, their 2.76 average lags behind City and Arsenal, indicating areas for improvement.
Comparing Liverpool's performance to their closest peers was insightful. How did they fare against their own season averages?
Liverpool's blocks were outstanding at 6.0, way above their 3.18 average. They also improved in interceptions with 9.0 against their 6.82 average. However, they dropped in shots inside box to 7.0, below their 10.15 norm. Shots on target slightly rose to 5.0 from a 4.53 average. Saves also edged higher at 3.0 compared to their usual 2.7. These variations highlight an intriguing mix of defensive fortitude and attacking challenges.
Liverpool's defensive adjustments were fascinating. Shifting gears, how does their league standing reflect their identity this season?
Liverpool's ball possession percent confirms their elite status, hitting 62%, well above the league average of 50%. However, their big chances created dropped to 1.0, below their impressive season average of 2.73. This mix reveals a complex identity.
Wait, really? And that held up against their typical performance metrics, right?
Indeed, their shots total also showed a tactical lapse, hitting just 13, below their season norm of 15.53. This inconsistency is intriguing.
Given Liverpool's complex standing, how do they stack up against their top 6 peers this season?
Liverpool is lagging in big chances created at 2.73, behind Arsenal's 3.09. However, they're competitive in long passes, matching Arsenal and Manchester United at 35.0. In shots total, Liverpool leads, averaging 15.53 against Manchester City's 15.24. Their ball possession percent also shines at 59.53, surpassing Arsenal and Aston Villa.
So Liverpool's stats show promise, but how about individual player performances in the recent match against Manchester United?
Dominik Szoboszlai was the standout in the forward line with a dominant 8.37 rating, one of the highest across the entire pitch. Bruno Fernandes also impressed with a 7.68 rating. In the midfield unit, Kobbie Mainoo earned a solid 7.5, while Matheus Cunha registered 7.2. Luke Shaw anchored the defensive line with a 7.06 rating.
With Szoboszlai's 8.37 rating impressing against Manchester United, how does his performance compare to his season average?
Dominik Szoboszlai was indeed outstanding, recording an 8.37 rating, which is significantly above his season average of 7.36. He also excelled in key passes, delivering 4.0 compared to his 2.5 average. Additionally, he created 4.0 chances, surpassing his season average of 2.32, showcasing a remarkable improvement in his attacking contributions.
Given Szoboszlai's impressive rise in recent matches, how does he stack up against league averages in key metrics?
Dominik Szoboszlai is excelling in key passes, sitting in the top 16% for attacking midfielders with 4.0 per match, well above the league average of 1.83. Similarly, he creates 4.0 chances per game, ranking in the top 17%, surpassing the league benchmark of 181. These stats highlight his significant impact on the field, demonstrating his ability to outperform league norms consistently.
So, while Szoboszlai shines in league metrics, how does he compare to peers like Bruno Fernandes in key areas?
Despite his league success, Szoboszlai lags behind peers. His key passes average 2.5, below Bruno Fernandes's 2.6. Shots on target show the same trend, with Szoboszlai at 1.2 compared to Fernandes's 1.3. Successful dribbles also fall short, as Szoboszlai's 1.3 is behind Ryan Cherki's 1.8. Clearly, there's room for growth against his positional peers.
While Szoboszlai faces challenges against peers, how does Bruno Fernandes perform against his own season averages?
Bruno Fernandes excels beyond his season averages in several areas. He delivered a masterclass in key passes with 6.0, exceeding his 3.9 average. His 6.0 chances created also shone, compared to a 3.5 average. Moreover, he recorded 2.0 big chances created, surpassing the typical 1.6. Fernandes truly elevates his game when needed.
Right, so we've seen Bruno Fernandes outperform himself, but how does he stack up against the league?
Bruno Fernandes is exceptional against league averages. His 6 key passes rank him in the top 1% of attacking midfielders, far above the league's 1.83 average. Similarly, his 6 chances created also place him in the top 1%, with the league average at 1.81. For big chances created, he ranks in the top 2% with 2, compared to the league's 1.15. Clearly, Fernandes is a standout performer.
From Bruno's league dominance to Kobbie Mainoo's personal performance this season, how does he compare to himself?
Kobbie Mainoo has excelled, especially in ball recovery with 7.0, surpassing his 4.0 season average. In duels won, he registered 5.0, above his usual 3.68. Notably, his passes in final third also climbed to 5.0 from an average of 3.73. This demonstrates his improving influence in crucial areas compared to his own benchmarks.
Kobbie Mainoo's individual numbers are impressive, but how does he stack up against league standards?
Kobbie Mainoo shines in ball recovery, ranking top 30% with 7.0, while the league average is 3.36. His accurate passes percentage is 89%, placing him in the top 16% compared to the league's 82.22%. On interceptions, he's also in the top 30%, achieving 1.0 against a 1.46 league average. His metrics consistently outperform league norms, highlighting his exceptional midfield presence.
Kobbie Mainoo's numbers were fascinating, but now let's talk Matheus Cunha. How does his performance compare to his season averages?
Matheus Cunha performed consistently with his season averages. He scored 1.0 goals, matching his 1.0 average. His 48.0 touches surpassed his 45.6 average, and with 3.0 shots, he was right on his 2.9 average. These stats show a stable trend, particularly in maintaining solid contributions across the board, crucial for a forward.
We saw how Cunha stayed on par with his season stats. What about Cody Gakpo's performance?
Cody Gakpo maintained his consistency with a 7.11 rating, almost identical to his 7.12 average. His shots on target were impressive, hitting 2.0, surpassing his 1.5 average. But the standout was his successful dribbles, where he logged 3.0, significantly beating his 1.79 seasonal average, showcasing his ability to break through defenses. Gakpo's numbers highlight his adaptability and offensive prowess.
Gakpo's comparison to his season average was enlightening. Today, we saw Manchester United's 3-2 victory, with Liverpool's 62% possession shaping the battle. Thanks to Frank Hardy for his sharp analysis. Thanks for tuning in to Stats Madness. See you next time.